So this is my journey to sunny, windy, rainy Cornwall, where I went megalith hunting with Megalithic Tours by Neil MacDonald. And this first place is the Merry Maidens. And we visited this in a clear day, and we also visited it on a rainy day. So with the Merry Maidens, we have a lovely circle of 19 stones. So it is a moon circle set up for the moon. But around it there are other sites which you'll see later one of the stones from. Usually it's the old story of everybody was dancing on a Sabbath and then got turned to stone for having too good a time, because one shouldn't be dancing on the Sabbath apparently. Sometimes they're called the dancing stones, and nearby are the piper stones in another field which we couldn't get to. And the piper stones are said to be either two pipers that were playing the tunes for the maidens to dance to, or two evil spirits that were turned to stone as well when they were playing the music. Though in John Michel's book on Cornwall, he says there's another version given by older writers, and I quote, or he quotes, "Makes the Merry Maidens the site of a battle between the invading Saxon Athelstane and the Cornish king How, a name meaning sun. The rival kings directed their armies from the site of the two pipers, by which stones they are commemorated." Apparently it was Sir Norman Lockyer who was one of the first to recognise the astronomical significance of these stones. You can see here I've got them all taken individually, so I was trying to do each one. Now it says in the John Michel book on Standing Stones of Cornwall that the two piper stones do not stand in line with the centre of the circle. In fact, a recent survey shows them to line up with two stones on the perimeter of its north-western segment. Though Michel goes on to say, even though the two pipers do not line up with the centre of the circle, it remains a fact that a line from the centre to the nearest piper, extended in the reverse direction, runs over 5 megalithic sites in a distance of only 1,200 yards. A phenomenon that surely justifies Lockyer's line of research. And this is one of the stones that's in the opposite field. That's a little butterfly that was at the end of it, which I thought was really sweet. So this isn't a piper stone, this is another stone, but in a field opposite. And here we are at Lanyon Quoit. So we've got rainy Lanyon Quoit here. And again, going back to John Michel, he says that it used to have 4 legs. So whether that's one of the legs fallen down there, I'm not sure. So it had 4 legs, and it was much, much taller, tall enough for a horse and rider, to ride through it. That's a nice little bit of quartz that I found there. And there's the quartz again, and I went back on a sunny day, so now we have a sunny shot. So it fell down in a violent storm and was put back up again by Captain Giddy. The storm was in 1815 and Captain Giddy resurrected it in 1824. So a nice sunny Lanyon Quoit. And there were some other stones in the background which you might just be able to see on the left. And then that looks out over the hills. So this picture from John Michel's, a drawing of the 4 legs. Can't quite see it very well in this picture, but maybe you need to buy the book. So Boscawen went, amazing. We walked to it from afar, and we were about 3/4 of the way there when the heavens just opened and the rain poured, and we all got absolutely soaking wet. And when we got there, it stopped raining, and within a few minutes suddenly the sun came out, which I'll be able to show you in a minute. It's a little bit cloudy here, but it dried off. I still think it's a giant sundial, but not everybody agrees. And you'll see in a moment the one all white quartz stone. There it is on the right. Oh, gone. Anyway, so the sun started coming out. And this is the drift stones. Here's the wind blowing there. And then to Dulo. I don't know how to say it. Duluo stones. These were amazing. All quartz. All of them. Every single one. So I've done pictures here of them. And if it had been a really sunny day, they would have just shined. Nothing's really known about these stones. There's no stories to go with them. But they were amazing. All quartz. I can't stop saying it. All quartz. How magical. I like to think that maybe there's some kind of centre, because they're all quartz, maybe they're the ones that pump out the energy to all the other stone circles that would be nearby. And all different shapes, as you can see. And then there was a little tiny one in it. Well, it's not tiny, but, you know, smaller than all the others. They're all kind of covered in either moss or, you know, they look dirty, but when you get up close, which you will see in a minute, the quartz in them is just phenomenal. So then the sun sort of came out, so you can see the colours a bit more now. How white they are, amazing. Wouldn't they be great to have in your back garden, just to go and sit in? You can see it started raining here. So that's the one that fell over. Not by us, it was already down. I don't like to use the word cute, but it was a really cute stone circle. And then the Tipperary, so I think they were called Tipperary because they have all been tipped over. Well, they look like they have been. Trippet actually, got the name wrong. The Trippet stones. I don't know where I got Tipperary from. And they all were sitting in their own little moats. Again, kind of quartz, granite, quartz mixture. Isn't it just amazing with the sunshine? That one's sunk quite in, but a nice triangle. I had a little stand on that one. So this is on Bodmin Moor, so quite marshy. But isn't it fantastic how they sit in their little moats with their green grass around them? And then all the hills in the background surrounding them. We were trying to see whether they linked up. And then of course Wonderful Minotaur. That's excellent circle. And there's me going through it. My fat ass got stuck. But I did it 3 or 4 times, so hopefully I won't get pregnant. But instead have been healed from all my ailments. Thanks for watching.